Well, welcome back everybody. It's the 4th of June, about 45 degrees outside, raining, just a drizzly day. Transplanted one row of zucchini this morning, got rained out. But look at these kids, huh? They're all in here where it's nice and warm. Old Moxie's doing good. Look at that. Got a fire going in the wood stove. I mean, who would think in 4th of June you'd have a wood stove going? But Diesel don't mind it a bit. He's sitting there enjoying himself. So let's go down to the 74 CJ5. We'll see if we can get something done down there. That's the room temperature in here right now. Pretty comfy. Almost hate to go downstairs. As you can see, the oil's still clean. Still read through it. It's only about 3,000 miles on it right now. I usually go 5, so I'll go a little further. But got the spare tire off the hood. As you know, I've had that up there ever since I did this Jeep. And although I don't mind it at all as far as visibility, the roads are rough enough around here that's always oil canning on the friggin' hood. And I'll show you what I'm going to do here on the back. I got some 2x3 box tubing down back, brand new stuff. And this is my theory on this. I know some of the modern Jeeps are kind of set up this way. We're going to put a piece across the bottom. We're going to Siamese it right up on top of this one. It's kind of too bad you won't be able to see the original one. I'm going to take off the hitch. I'm going to come across with that 2x3. I'm going to come up the outside right here with that 2x3, probably this high. I'll have to do some calculations to make sure I'm high enough. It'll probably be the same height as that fabric, so it don't interfere with your look when you turn around and look backwards. And there'll be a hinge up top above the light and a hinge down below. And I'm going to have a frame go all the way across to another upright right here. That one's just going to have like an inch pin on the end of it. That's going to go in and latch. There'll be another upright over here that'll hold the end of the latch. There'll be hinges on that end. And I'll have a frame here that goes all the way across, comes down at an angle and back. And we're going to mount that old spare tire. It used to be mounted right here in the middle. But when it's there, you can't tip nothing down without taking the tire off. And I want to be able to swing it out of the way because I get in and out of here a lot. It sounds crazy, but I do. I probably, you know, every other time I drive it, I've got this up for some reason. So we're going to be doing this video over probably a week or so. And I'll probably do some other videos in between. So I'll keep taking this card out of the camera and just working on it as I go. And we're also going to fix that speedometer cable. The other day, halfway home, about 5 miles from here. Matter of fact, I can pull it out. I undid the speedometer cable. And as soon as I did, the chirp stopped. And as you can see, it's dry. Dry, dry, dry. Right there's where our chirp was, I think. So anyway, even the bottom's dry. There's no moisture on that at all. Which, I guess that's a good thing. But anyway, yeah, we're going to put some grease in that tube. Some real good stuff. And run that back through. And hopefully we can solve that problem. That's the only problem we have interior-wise. My light switch for the electric fuel pump, I think when I'm cranking the vehicle, I think it goes off. I got to find out because I want that to be running as I'm cranking the vehicle to help me get the fuel prime up when I let it set. So I got that problem. I got to have Carol over with me to watch, you know, we'll put the power to it and she can watch it when I'm cranking, see if it goes away. Other than that, we got to check all the diffs, check the transfer case, transmission, just top things off. Gonna give it a good going over the period of a week here. Maybe fix this back so we can haul that spare tire. That way we can take this off, clean the hood up, and you know, at $6 a can, we might even take a little Scotch-Brite and back it outside on a sunny day and you know, bring back the sheen a little bit. Maybe touch it up a little, I don't know. But that's my theory. She's a little worse for wear right now as far as looks, but she runs like a top. So for those of you who don't know about this Jeep, this is a 1974 CJ5. It's original 232 engine. And this is the original plate for it right here. And one of those things that I do, I always do this on my vehicles, you know. 6 squats, 3/4 drain plug. You know, a lot of times you only change the oil in something once a year. And I got so many things, it's like, now what size plug was that gonna take? You know, you get down there and you look, you say, oh, that looks like a 3/4. A lot of times it's not, you know, it might be a 13 or something. Or some of them are metric. So I just write it down somewhere so when I lift the hood, you know, I know what I need. And it does help. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do some work on this old girl. I'm gonna jack it up, bring it ahead about another 3 feet and jack it up. Because once I get it up in the air, I want to be able to, yeah, I want to be able to do all this stuff on the back. So anyway, I'll bring you back here when I get it up in the air. Well, it's the next day, and I've been down here. I've got all of my wiring around this piece of frame here, as you can see, and it's all tied to it, and I got my fuel lines there. There's enough stuff there that I can't get my hands to the back of that frame right there to hold them nuts. I put those on along with the other stuff before the body was on. And, well, now I can't get them off, so I'm going to have to grind them. On this Jeep, when I originally got it, there was a piece of steel or frame from right here to right here that was rotted out, right behind where this rubber stop is. And that was the only place on the frame that was bad. Other than that, this frame was like brand new. So it's exceptional as far as, you know, being original. The tub though, this tub had rotted out up front, and there was in places 3/4 of an inch of Bondo. They had just, you know, put cardboard behind it and bondoed it and bondoed it. And of course that's, you know, a lot of your strength in the machine. And when I started getting into it and looking it over, I said, no, we paid, I think, $2,600 for this tub. And I just bought just the tub. Didn't buy the fenders, didn't buy the hood or anything else, just the tub. And it was money well spent. Bought a steel tub for it. It did not line up on the original mounts. It did on the back though. These back ones here lined up. But these other ones, well, I don't see a hole there. I know maybe that one lined up too. There was 2 of them that didn't. I think it's the next ones up. They were off like 4 inches. But to sandblast this frame, because I sandblasted it all, I had drilled out all the rivets and taken all them mounts off. So now they're all bolted on with grade A 3/8 bolts with the steel lock nuts on the back. And didn't use nylocks. I put the good steel ones on it. And it's been working fine ever since. Nothing's moved, nothing's come loose. And it's got, you know, 23,000 miles on it, I think. So it's doing good. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to do some grinding off camera. I got to grind that off. Grind these 2, them 2 over there. Now I got to get me a rag and soak it in water and wrap it around the fuel filler lines. One of those leaks, and I can't find the leak. It's so small you can't find it. But filling, it'll drip on the ground. So I'm going to wrap me some stuff up with some wet towels. Not wet, but damp, so that sparks won't get too close to it. And yeah, we'll go ahead and grind them 4 off. Because I can't get my hand in behind there. Not without making a special wrench. So I got 6 bolts I got to get off. I got these 2 off because I can reach my hand around the back. But like I say, there's not so much on this side. So anyway, I'll bring you back in a little while. Well, it's the next day. As you can see, I got the bumper, not the bumper, but the hitch off, sitting right there. I had to fight. I was able to get these nuts here held. No, I didn't actually. I ground them off. That's right. I could only hold the ones on this side. But these ones here I can't get off. I'm going to have to pull a fuel tank. And the fuel tank is right full of fuel, so I got to pump that out. I got an electric fuel pump, so that's a good thing. So that's going to be the next project, and then we'll get the fuel tank out. Well, after a little bit of dubbing, finally lifted the body so I could get these off. And then I could get the tank, manipulate it down underneath. So we're to the point now I can get into the back of these bolts right here. So not going to do it today. I'm going to leave on a little bit of an excursion, and yeah, we'll pick this up when we get back. So going to be several days on this little video. But when I get back, I'm going to make a 12-inch piece, 45 on both ends. And like I said, it's going to go on here for a spacer, and because I got to have a 2-inch spacer to get out beyond this here. But anyway, I'll start fabricating my spare tire holder. Well, I didn't do any video in here while I was making all this stuff here, but I will say that it's bolted right through into the frame. I am going to put cheek plates on under here that goes to the frame. I've got the post. This here is where the pin's going to go in to hold the spare tire, and I'm actually just going to use a wedge to drop down in behind the inch shaft. Well, it'll be an inch piece of bar stock. And yeah, I got to make a ramp here so that when it shuts, it'll pick it up. Because I'm going to have it so that it naturally wants to drop about 1/4 of an inch. So when you put it on, it'll hold tension because I don't want it to rattle. And I just made these a few minutes ago. They're going to go right here so that I can move the lights out so that they're not hid. And what else have I done? On the gas tank, I went and got my ohm meter out, and it doesn't matter what position. I believe they're supposed to have 7.3 on the ohms with it empty, and then if you lift it up, it's supposed to have 10. This one has nothing any place. It just doesn't work, which it hasn't ever since I put it in. I got this one here that's, you know, I believe American made. I don't know, but I took it out and put the ohm meter between the ground and the post, and everything reads as it should. So, needless to say, that's going in the tank. That'll take care of my fuel issue, and I had to cut my wire in, of course, for the lights, and I got a new grommet. I'm going to bore that out, come out through there with my wires. I've got to bore it to 3/4 inch for that. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just doing the wiring, getting ready with a light. I'm going to put this up here, like I said. And yeah, not much going on other than this. I went to put a bunch of videos up. By the time you see this, I'll be back in business again because I got one proxying right now. I got home from my trip to New York and tried to do some stuff. Computer crashed. Got a hold of my boy this morning. Didn't have any memory left, so he cured all that. Moved a bunch of stuff around. And it's all good now. So anyway, I'll keep building, fabricating. I'll show you here what I end up with. Well, that right there is what I came up with. I'm not going to put the plate in the middle because I may move it either way, 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, depending on how the bullet hinges fit. I got them figured in my head as 2 1/4 inches total space they take up. We'll see. But I got enough extra here. I can bring that way out to there if I need to. So that's just a piece of inch, little stub. I'll weld that right in that top. It'll go right in the slot. And yeah, I think it's gonna work. The only problem is it's real heavy, but this thing was always light in the back end. I only ran 14 pounds in the back tires and I ran 16 in the front, and it still rode like a buckboard. So this will help the back end maybe settle down a little bit, and I can probably run 16 in all the tires. Because it's gonna add about 250 pounds to the back of the Jeep. So anyway, that's where we're at today. Tomorrow I gotta cut the end plates. I'm gonna fill that there up. I gotta drill holes wherever these meet so that you can get condensation flow. And then I'll put a hole on the bottom. I might even put one on each end, just a place for condensation and air movement. And I think it's more healthy for it, you know. Otherwise you get condensation in the bottom and eventually it'll break it or rust it out. But that's pretty heavy stuff to worry about rusting out. So anyway, that's it so far. Not much of a video. So yeah, take care everybody. We'll see you on the next one.